Very special guest, quarterback of the Ole Miss Rebels, Austin Simmons. Welcome, brother. How it was playing behind Jackson Dart.
I'm excited for him, to see what he's gonna do in the next level for real.
What made you do that decision, leaving baseball behind?
Really just doing what's best for me.
You graduated when you were in 8th grade, got your AA at 16 years old. And how are you so advanced?
Jumped the gun, just said, do something that's never been done before.
Do you like school?
No.
Okay, what was the locker room after that big win over Georgia?
On the narrative. Best in class, so pray for my peers. Slingshot bullet, it's clear. Your weak shots couldn't pierce through bulletproof ears. A martyr, a menace. I'm leading horses to drink and pulling teeth like I'm feeding the dentist. On the narrative.
Today we have a very special guest, quarterback of the Ole Miss Rebels, Austin Simmons. Welcome, brother.
How's it going? Appreciate you for having me.
Thank you for coming, man. I know you're very busy training, so I know you're tired, but we appreciate having you here. Let's get first into your, I didn't know this about you, you graduated when you were in 8th grade. You got your AA at 16 years old. Can you talk about a little bit about that process and how are you so advanced?
I would just say it was just a kind of unique process to the whole thing, I really just jumped the gun, just said, forget it. I'm just gonna pursue this one dream, graduate early, do something that's never been done before. And from that point on, ever since I made that decision, I just went through on with it. And really it just all came down to having discipline the entire time and just made my way up to that point and just graduate early.
What do you attribute your discipline to?
I would say consistency, just making sure I stay on top of my work, because you don't have to be smart to pass all these classes. You just have to do the work.
Right.
And yeah, just staying consistent, staying on top of everything, due dates, stuff like that, projects, and make sure you don't fall behind.
Do you like school?
No.
Yeah, I didn't like school much either, man. How about you, Nevin?
Oh, well, yeah, I didn't like school either, but I gotta, once I started doing some research on this young man, I was so impressed and blown away by just his academia, and it's really incredible. I know we do a lot of stuff, with athletes and whatnot, but this guy is about to become a Heisman Trophy winner potentially, and a Heisman Trophy winner in academia.
Yeah.
It's
unbelievable.
Really,
how many credits you have right now at Ole Miss?
I'm in my last semester right now. I'm about to graduate this year.
How old are you?
I am 19.
It defies logic.
It does defy logic.
It really does, man.
So what are you gonna do after that?
Going to my master's program.
Yeah.
And get my master's probably in sports management.
Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna interview him after the interview and see if he can maybe run my business for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kid's sharp, man.
Yeah.
Really
impressive.
Man.
Very impressive. I don't think there's too many across the country that are as advanced as you and as good as you are. Talk a little bit about growing up playing baseball and football. You're a dual sport athlete. How was that process for you, and what sport do you like better?
I don't have an answer for which favorite sport. Really it was just kind of crazy how I jumped into baseball. I think my dad was coaching at Westminster Christian, and somehow I stumbled across this ball and I started throwing it, and I got thrown into the summer camp, and all of a sudden I'm playing for this Optimist baseball team. I just didn't stop playing from then.
How old were you?
I think I was maybe 6 or 7.
Okay.
Probably 6 or 7. I'm not too sure. I was young. And really I started playing football because I begged my dad to, because I was always going to all these football events with him, and I was really stuck by his hip. And then from that point on, I just fell in love with the game just by watching it.
At what age did you start playing football at?
I was 7, turning 8 years old.
Okay. Got it. So you played baseball and football. You went to Ole Miss on a scholarship playing football and baseball. Now you're just focused football. What made you do that decision, leaving baseball behind?
Really just doing what's best for me, because the opportunity to become quarterback one at a major SEC school like Ole Miss, and especially after coming off 2 good seasons and really just taking over that role, taking a big step leadership-wise, and yeah, I just felt like it was the best decision for me and my family.
Right. And talk to us a little bit about that process. What made you choose Ole Miss?
Really, it was a short process. I'll just say that. But
it was a short process.
Short process. the whole thing really came down to Coach Kiffin and Coach Weiss, and really just the environment of like the whole town of Oxford, and like the amount, like I would just say like how like that whole community just like welcomes you with open arms, you know, and really like just being in like in the scenery and really like just getting to know everyone, like seeing how like everyone just like revolves around this one program. It's just like one special thing. You don't really see that anywhere else.
Yeah, I've been dying to go to Oxford. I actually have a lady that works for me. Her daughter goes to Ole Miss. She's been begging me, "You got to come out. You got to come to Oxford. You don't understand what tailgating's about."
You got to go to the Grove.
Yeah, I got to go to the Grove. Got to go to the Grove. I'm a Florida State guy, so you know I know the village. But
Well, now we have a reason to go.
absolutely.
Right.
Now we have a reason to go. Yep.
I already circled the Florida game at the end of the year.
Ooh,
See what I'm saying? I'm just a fire starter, man. Like I already know what I'm getting into. I didn't come into this interview not prepared.
Yeah, the only thing we have in common is that we both hate Florida.
Yeah, that's a fact.
it's one game I want back.
That's the one you want, right?
It's personal for us too.
Is that the game you guys circle on the schedule? Is that Georgia? Who is that on the schedule?
You know, of course, you have a rivalries. LSU and Mississippi State. Like those are always like the games we're always looking forward to.
Sure.
Doesn't matter. We just have a 1-0 mindset. Doesn't matter who we're playing. Just
How is it playing for Lane Kiffin? Talk to us a day in practice. How does that look like?
everything's fast. There's no time to think.
Right.
I say the way we practice, it's very like, it really like helps you, like really builds you for the pros. Like you build like a pro mindset in this program. There's not a lot of like contact, you're really like protecting your body, and really like just not that many reps as if you'll take like in fall camp, like how these most programs really do. And really just learn about like, if like you're gonna be like game ready by Saturday instead of like being all drained out, like practicing hard the entire week. We really like to conserve our bodies, really like make sure we're prepared and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's very different than other programs that are going 100 miles an hour. I've been at practices for other schools, and yeah, you see that they're killing each other, and it's like it's Wednesday, you play Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good recipe, but the University of Miami, you were close to that situation. It was the other way around with them. They'll kill each other up until that Thursday, and then I guess they would have walkthrough on Friday. But
yeah, those are always legendary practices. Saturday was like phys ed. The game was actually phys ed.
Mm-hmm.
Because what took place, during the week was really what set us apart for so many years. That
Right.
was really our training ground.
Right.
If you weren't beating the guy in front of you, that
the whole game's evolved now.
yeah,
though,
we're in a whole different ball.
We're in a whole different era,
Two
yeah.
a days and all that are gone,
Yeah.
and the sand pit and all
Right.
that stuff. Like,
right.
we're in a softer era.
Would you agree to that?
I wouldn't disagree.
Ask his dad.
Yeah,
He'll give you the
right?
right answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So talk a little bit about how it was playing behind Jackson Dart. What did you learn from him? What do you see him doing at the next level?
I can see him doing great things at the next level. He's definitely the type of guy to like have like a different approach. Like he knows how to approach each and every game. I'd say that. And his leadership qualities, like obviously he knows how to have the whole team surround him and really like just cater to him and like really make sure like everyone's together.
Mm-hmm.
And really like I just can't I'm excited for him to see what he's gonna do in the next level for real. Also, while I was playing behind him, my first year I was so young, I was really just learning at that point, really just trying to understand the different speed of college, getting to know everyone and how to play in the SEC. Last year, of course, I played a bigger role.
Right.
I just sat right behind him, and really I'm just taking notes of how to handle different situations as far as 2-minute, 4-minute, how to drain the clock, that type of thing, how to become a situational player.
Right. What type of teammate would you say he is?
He's a guy you want to be around. He's a guy that he's very approachable to talk to. He's really how do I say this? He's really just a normal person.
Right.
Really
right.
He's just.
You can tell he has a lot of emotion. That Florida game.
Yeah.
That was a rough game overall for the team, and it was a rough game for him.
Mm-hmm.
How was he after that game? Because I know he took that very, very hard.
For him, he takes every loss pretty seriously.
Yeah.
And I'll probably do the same thing as well. I hate losing. That's one thing about me. I hate losing. And, You know, especially losing that game. You know, that's probably the worst feeling I ever had in my life. And really like just looking forward to bounce back from that and seeing how like that really like affected him after the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it makes you want to come back next year and like really like just set the tone of like how things were supposed to go.
Got it. How's the feeling right now at Oxford in practice? I know you guys are going into your spring practice next week, but what's the vibe over there right now? How are you guys looking at next year?
Right now, we're just getting to know each other, really just preparing for spring. We're still trying to figure out like who everyone is, like what type of role they'll play on the team.
Right.
And
You guys have the number 2 portal class in the country.
Yes,
A lot of new guys coming in. Have you gotten a chance to meet everyone that's come in?
Yeah, I've gotten a chance to meet everyone, especially when they came on their visits. I've been around them, building relationships with them, and like really just to get to know them like outside the sport.
Right.
And that's been a very fun process. You know, I got to know everyone, and I just feel as though like we're just gonna be a close team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you guys are gonna make a run, but go ahead, Nev.
How are you feeling? So I remember watching when you guys played Georgia. You get inserted. I think Jackson Dart either had gotten hurt or it was just a substitution situation. I don't remember. So you come in, you went right down the field, 5 out of 6, I think, on that drive. You went right through them. How are you feeling going into that? Knowing Georgia, with they were always bringing top notch D. You know what they put out.
Mm-hmm.
Back-to-back national champs or whatever their things. Like, how are you? What were you feeling inside when you coming in right in the middle of the fire? How'd you feel?
There wasn't really much thought going into that drive, honestly. Really, like when my coach informed me, telling me I was going to go in the game, I just said bet, and I just started warming up. Like there wasn't really like much thought going into it. I really just took all the preparation from that week and just put it on the field. There's not much I could really like say that like really like tell me like how I did so well because I just play my game at the end of the day. It's
Seamless transition for you.
Yeah.
It seemed that way too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's safe to say that's the biggest win you've been a part of, right? Winning that game at home.
Mm-hmm.
What was that feeling like, and what was the locker room after that big win over Georgia?
It was very emotional. Of course, we were the underdogs going into that game, and especially like after the loss before from Kentucky, and really like just coming into that game, as the underdogs, and really just setting the tone of like, yeah, we're here, and we belong here, like that type of thing, and really like. It was just a great vibe after that game.
You guys weren't an underdog to me.
I was just about to say that.
I picked you in our podcast. I said, man, come on, Mississippi's got these.
Mississippi's going to win.
I knew it.
Yeah, I actually put some money on it. So good job.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so man, that game was unbelievable. So who did you look up to at the quarterback position growing up, and who do you try to mirror your game after?
It's a tough one. I didn't ever like really like idolize someone, like whoever I wanted to be like. I've always just tried to be like the best version of myself, if that's an answer.
Great answer.
Great answer, yeah.
I never really like try to like, of course I'll take like some bits and pieces from other quarterbacks and stuff like that. Or like someone like try to compare me to other one, like I'll probably like say like more like Pat Mahomes type thing. Because like I like just making plays. Like it doesn't matter like if the pocket collapses, I'll just try to make a play or use my legs, go ahead. But at the end of the day, like I'm really just trying to be the best version of myself.
Of course. Looking at different guys, but whose game do you appreciate that plays the position? I know you said Mahomes. Is there any other guy that you would put in that category that you appreciate their game at the next level?
No. Love Peyton Manning. Of course, his IQ.
Right.
Eli.
You're too young for Peyton, though.
No, but I watched him growing up.
Yeah.
Of course, Mike Vick as well. You know, he's a playmaker.
Yeah.
Strong arm. Lefty, of course.
Yeah.
And some people probably compare me to Tua. Some people said I look like him growing up.
Hold on, time out.
You picked the wrong button with this guy.
Time out.
He's on this anti-Tua train.
You don't like Tua?
He's a Dolphin fan.
He's a great kid. I wish we would have gone Herbert. And if I had to compare your arm talent, I think you have more of an arm talent towards Herbert, not Tua. So I don't know if that's a fair comparison. And you don't even have to answer.
We got a southpaw. We got a southpaw with a Pat Mahomes curve.
Right. Yeah.
and the Peyton Manning not man.
Yeah.
This guy this is the unicorn. It's the unicorn.
Yeah.
I just named him, man.
He's impressive, man. 19 years old. He interviews well. I mean, he's got his shit put
So
together.
here's the question, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to put you in a spot, but okay, you got to pick one: Heisman Trophy, National Championship, first pick of the draft. All three, I'm sure.
You'd want all three,
Right?
In an ideal world, you'd want all three. But national championship,
Yeah. All right.
I just want to win at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's right.
I think your dad's got another answer.
He probably wants all three.
Probably wants all three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get this guy to triple,
especially at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
He won a national championship.
Right.
triple crown, man. That's it. You'll be folklore forever. You win one there.
Has it ever happened before?
What's that?
National championship
At Ole Miss?
Heisman,
Oh.
And first pick?
and first pick.
Cam Newton.
Cam
Newton. Yeah.
Is he
Probably the only one.
Is he the only one?
I'm not sure, but I pulled that one out of left field.
Yeah, it's the only one. Who else would you put in there?
I don't know, but I just came up with the question, so like it just found me.
Charles Woodson?
No,
What pick was Charles Woodson?
I don't remember.
Because
Look it up, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know. It's good trivia though, right?
Yeah, that is good trivia.
Yeah, thanks. That's why you got me around, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Cam Newton, 2010. He was a Heisman Trophy winner, number one overall pick, and he won a national championship as well.
Yeah. How about Charles Woodson?
Let me see here.
He wasn't the first pick, right? Was he? No.
Do I need to start scripting these productions?
No.
No,
Charles
he did get
Woodson.
drafted.
No,
Archie Griffin wasn't a top
No.
pick draft wise. He was undersized.
Yeah. No. It's the only guy I can think of. No, that's it. I guess there's only one, and then you'll be number two.
See?
Yeah.
Joe Burrow.
Oh,
There you
Joe
go.
Burrow.
Another
That's
one.
right, Joe Burrow. That's
There you
another one. Yeah, Joe Burrow. I forgot about him.
look at you.
Look at you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Pops coming in.
Okay.
Charles Woodson did not achieve all three. He won a national championship in 97 and Heisman 97, but was not the number one
He
overall
wasn't the
pick.
number one pick. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got it. There you go.
All right.
you go.
See?
So I know you guys have the University of Florida scheduled on your schedule, but who else you got on there? You're like,
I just want to win all the SEC games, really.
yeah,
But of course, you want to win every game.
right.
But I want to beat LSU. I want to beat Georgia, and I want to beat Florida,
Right.
Mississippi State.
Right. Nevin, you went through their schedule.
Yeah.
What are you seeing?
I see one. I think they got first game they play at Kentucky. Never a gift. You know, Mark Stoops could show up with a D. Probably won't show up with an O. Right. What do I know?
Yeah.
Plenty. They're gonna play LSU at home, right? I love that game for Ole Miss. Love that game. They're gonna have a real difficult game at Georgia. That's gonna be tough sledding.
Gonna be fun.
You know, they because Georgia's gonna be coming in for payback and they'll be at home. They play that following week against Oklahoma. I don't imagine I just pulled the schedule and I'm already
It's crazy.
and they play Oklahoma. So maybe that's not the biggest deal, but you can never sleep on a team like that. They dropped Alabama like it was nothing last year. And then I think their next like big game other than their Egg Bowl is Florida at home, which we're going to now.
Yeah. Yeah. When's that
November
schedule?
15th.
Okay.
But who's counting?
Yeah.
Me. That's who.
Yeah, man. It's a gauntlet. I mean, it's a gauntlet.
Liz, it's the SEC, man.
Yeah.
It's murderer's row. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, you got to win that People don't understand. Like, I look at these Ohio States, you know, God bless them. They won the title and all. You know, these teams, man, you put them in the SEC, man. Who's going, like, Penn
Right.
State's going undefeated? Oh,
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
Yeah. And I hate that argument in the media, right? Like
Indiana, they got 6 losses.
oh, the Big
They're in
Ten's a better
SEC.
conference than the SEC and blah, blah, blah. Really, the Big Ten only has Ohio State, Penn State, and you can put Oregon in there. So it's 3 teams, really.
Listen, man, Vanderbilt would give,
Indiana was a pretender.
and Vanderbilt would give Indiana the business. Come on,
100%.
man.
Agreed.
And they're
Agreed with
bottom of
that.
the barrel.
Agreed. Yeah, the SEC is something else. That's, that's big boy football.
Come on, you know where I stand on it.
Yeah.
Me and Paul Feinbein spoke the other day. You know how I feel about it.
Well, Austin, I want to thank you for coming on, man. I know, you're tight on your schedule, but I appreciate you coming on. giving us the lay of the land. We wish you nothing but the best. We're going to be cheering for you, and I think you're going to accomplish a lot when you get through this season and at the next level.
And don't forget his little brother, man.
Yeah, his little brother. That's right.
Up.
That he's next up.
He's next up,
Right here.
man. Young.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all though.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you for coming, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right.
Harry on the narrative. Best in class, so pray for my peers. Slingshot bullet, it's clear. Your weak shots couldn't pierce through bulletproof ears. A martyr, a menace. I'm leading horses to drink and pulling teeth like I'm feeding the dentist. Harry on the narrative.